Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. This is Life in Denver. I am Joe. This is my business partner, Monique. Today we're checking out Arvada, Colorado. We're going to be running you guys through all the pros and cons. Great suburb overall, but there is some cons you definitely want to look out for. So definitely one you don't want to miss. All right, guys, so jumping into things, Arvada, Colorado is actually northwest of downtown Denver. It's going to be about 15-20 minutes, so very good proximity. And what's really cool about being that close to Denver is not only do you have a good commute into the city, but the housing prices here are actually a little bit lower than a lot of suburbs you find in a lot of the metro. So really good deal as far as having the proximity as well as having the ability to find a really nice house, starter homes, more modern homes, whatever it is that you need, at a good price overall as well.
Right, guys, and do remember Joe and I are licensed realtors here in the state of Colorado, so please feel free to contact us at the information you see on your screen via text, call, email, whatever the case may be. We'd love to help with any real estate needs you may have. And with that being said, I actually wanted to call out another point about the housing prices that Joe was mentioning. With that, obviously comes, at me being the mom, worried about school districts. Unfortunately, the Arvada School District is not in the top tier in terms of schools. However, it does offer options, and you can use the DPS schooling system. It's not the Cherry Creek School District. It's not, a lot of the other school districts that are offered by many other suburbs, but definitely something you do want to think about if you are going to move here with your family, or if you are considering, resit for resale. So definitely wanted to call that out as well.
Yeah, no, great point by Monique. So it's not terrible schools by any means. Like DPS isn't awful. Like you can definitely check different parts of DPS, see where they rate out of 10, like niche.com, a lot of these websites will give you that info. Yep. But what we'll say is there are some better suburbs out there that have just better schools. So if school is your number one, maybe Arvada is not for you. Maybe you want to go check out, like she was saying, Cherry Creek schools. Maybe you want to check out, Douglas County schools. Some of these districts will be rating higher than DPS, but if schools aren't a big deal for you, you do see that reflected in the resale value like we always discuss. So having a little bit lower tier school system does allow you to get in at a better price. So if you're just, a young professional, you want to have good proximity to downtown, Arvada might be that perfect fit for you because it does give you that good entry price, good proximity, without having to worry about there's schools here that are good, but I'm never going to use them. So definitely something we'd like to call out for you guys.
All right, guys, and since Joe's giving you guys updates in terms of where Arvada is located, one of the biggest things I do want to call out is because it is located near the western slope, you are going to get a little bit of variability in terms of weather. So yes, snow accumulation does tend to be a little bit higher up in Arvada. Another thing too to note, you will probably want to get that 4x4, even though Joe likes, driving his front wheel drive car and taking it up to the mountain.
I love it. White knuckling in a little Hyundai Sonata. It's a good time. If you get bored and your snowboarding doesn't do it for you, try that out. That'll keep you on your toes for sure.
Yeah, so definitely consider, if you do want to have the capacity in terms of four-wheel drive. Unfortunately, in Arvada, it does take a little bit longer to get the snow, off the road. CDOT tends to do a good job overall. However, there is a few days delay if you are living up in Arvada, so just be prepared for that.
Yeah, definitely. But what comes with that too is, so it's not always a con. Like some people do genuinely enjoy being kind of more on that western slope because although the weather conditions are a little bit harsher, you do get a little more snow accumulation. Obviously, that does put you in better proximity to the mountains. So if you are a big snowboarder, a big skier, just someone who generally enjoys the mountains year round, that's a great location because you have good proximity to downtown as well as that good proximity to the mountains. So it does just allow for more of that, Colorado outdoor lifestyle that does tend to get more blocked being on that eastern side of the city. So just something to call out for you guys. There's a pro and con no matter how you swing it, but overall a great spot.
Right, and one of those things too, actually, that Joe's mentioning about the snow accumulation is if you don't have your 4x4 and you drive, front-wheel drive, you can actually head down to Old Town Arvada and hop on the little train that they have to take you downtown. So if you are commuting and you're working, downtown Denver and you don't necessarily have the 4x4 capacity or the snows didn't get plowed, then you can definitely go into Old Town Arvada, hop on the train, read a book while the train takes you to Union Station, and you can definitely still, be downtown in a matter of minutes.
Yes, definitely. So if you're staying within the metro, I will say it's ideal to have something that at a minimum is front wheel drive. If you throw on some good all seasons or some snow tires, you can get around. I don't know that I recommend actually going to the mountains with those. That can be a little bit sketchy. But in terms of just going from Arvada to downtown, that could be done, as well as Monique's calling out, you got the light rail station right there in Old Town where that'll take you downtown. So overall, it's definitely doable, but if you have the optionality, if that is something that you're considering, we definitely do say err on the side of caution, get that all-wheel drive vehicle. That will make your life out here much more enjoyable.
All right, guys. So one of the cool things that I do want to call out about Arvada is that it does offer its own little downtown. And with that downtown, it is a more historic feel because remember, Arvada was first found back in the mining days when the big gold rush happened. So definitely.
That's history. She loves Arvada.
Oh my gosh, history and mom and, everything, all of the above. Yes.
And realtor.
There we go. Yep. So one of the things too is, hey, it is cool to go out, in the evening and see that the flour mill is still up. That's actually been around since the 1920s. So definitely cool to go and see, the old feel of the town. Also, you can definitely visit the Central Plaza, which again, it feels, very charismatic in a sense of there's a little piece of history there. Yes, I'm a nerd. Leave me alone. A little piece of
Let's slide today.
A little piece of history there. So definitely a cool place to go and check out, on those days where you are looking to get out around the town and have your own little feel without necessarily making the drive to downtown Denver. Another cool thing is there is a great wine bar located in Arvada called Flight
Wine Bar, yeah. It's a great
Joe
little
knows.
outdoor seating. Yeah, I'm a little bougie girl here. I like getting my charcuterie boards, a little bottle of wine, but it's gorgeous outdoor seating and good views. You got like the cool old town Arvada water tower you can check out and all that fun stuff. So it gives you great views of downtown overall. Definitely. And the other thing too to call out for you guys as well. So although we're talking how great downtown is, we're telling you all these pros, there is one major con, I guess you could say, that we want to call out to you guys. Not that it can't be avoided, but it's just something to look out for and a reason to obviously want to make sure you're working with a local realtor because there are a lot of flood zone pockets all throughout Arvada. So what you tend to find is, not even that your house is going to be flooding, that's not so much the concern, but if in the last 100 years even a flood's occurred in that area, you're going to end up having to pick up flood insurance, which can add, $300-$400 a month to your monthly payment, which obviously, if it was going towards something good, no problem, but it's not going towards your equity. It's just going towards insurance that is kind of a frivolous expense you want to avoid. So not to say, if you really are in love with a house, you can't buy that. But if it can be avoided, and traditionally it can be, we try to find housing for our clients to where they're not in a flood zone because it's just nice to not have that monthly payment every single month to deal with. And overall, it's just one less concern to worry about. So not a huge thing, not something that can't be avoided, but just something we'd like to call out for you guys.
And with that being said, I do also want to call out your access to nature. So
Yes.
yes, flood zone can be a con, but me, Miss Positive. Remember,
She's going to defend this historic area. She loves Arvada.
Yes, exactly. You're going to have to be open to, going out, checking out all the local parks. If you do have teenagers that are into, skateboarding, definitely a lot of options in terms of skate parks. So don't.
We have good healthcare out here. Don't worry.
There you go. Don't overlook that piece in terms of, yes, flood, potential flood zone. However, there is still a lot of access to the outdoors and nature, getting walks. We have the Majestic View Center. Definitely a lot of different,
Two Ponds
Park. Yep, a lot of different areas. Quit interrupting me, Joe.
I'm going to need that good healthcare pretty soon.
Yeah, exactly. So all of that good stuff as well. So even though, yes, flood zones also, something that's positive is the outdoors and access to, trails.
Yeah, so as you guys can tell, we're digging for these cons. Arvada is a great spot. We're trying to find something bad to throw at you guys, but overall, it's a great area. It really is. It's very historic. It's a great price. A lot of outdoor activities, a lot of fun stuff to do. So overall, really kind of brings things full circle. So just, it's a tough one to beat.
Guys, and as much as Joe and I do love doing these videos for you, we would love to help with any real estate needs you may have. So please feel free to contact us, text, email, phone call, whatever the case may be. We'd love to hear from you, and we'll catch you on the next one.
That's right, guys. We'll catch you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.